I'm not sure who first coined the phrase sustainable competitive advantage, but it's a valuable concept. It implies that not only do you have advantage, but that advantage can be protected over a long period of time. It is sustainable. The problem is not with the concept, but within our application of it. We tend to either base it on a market-driven sort of Porteresque understanding of forces, or we look for some sort of monopoly advantage. Now, both can be effective, but for the average company, achieving either is incredibly difficult. So if you're watching me now and you're thinking, how do I get sustainable competitive advantage? I don't have control of a network and thus control of thousands of minds or millions of minds. I am not Verizon, or I don't have the brand like the New York Times, etc., etc. There's a way for the average organization listening to me to become more than average, to transcend their current circumstances and gain secure competitive advantage, sustainable secure competitive advantage. What is that? Well, first of all, we have to understand that what drives sustainable competitive advantage is not a process. It's not a technology or a financial position. Ultimately, it is customer wisdom. A moment ago, I talked about a network. You say, no, the technology associated with a network could give me competitive advantage. Not really. Not if it's a network that no one wants. Not if it's a network that no one knows how to leverage. Indeed, for you to even know where to place those big technology bets, you better acquire customer wisdom. Today, we are long on knowledge and short on wisdom. And this is particularly true in the marketing discipline. So, we have to have a way to acquire that wisdom. And it brings me to a second simple point. There's a gap between what we know and what we need to know about the customer. And the key, the bridge across that gap, is to understand experimentation. I sometimes call it the experimental bridge because it spans the gap. In the absence of this, we guess. We place bets. We take huge risks. We declare. We debate. But we get more heat than light, and our wisdom doesn't aggregate. The truth is, if you understood your customer better than all of your competitors, you could create better campaigns, better products, and better position. But the only way to get that understanding is to employ the experimental bridge, which brings me to the third point. And that is that the apex of customer wisdom is the value proposition. Now I'm going deeper. I'm speaking about the value proposition not in the sort of confused way I hear it utilized in boardrooms around the world, but in a very specific and unique way that comes from the experimentation we've done inside of Mech Labs. The value proposition becomes the ultimate reason why your business deserves to exist in an evolutionary environment that is killing the weak, destroying them, devouring them. 80% of new businesses fail. And if we were to take those right now, they're simply surviving on brand fumes and wipe them off the map, you'd be shocked. They got that big brand because at one point in their history, they had a value proposition. But now, they're surviving on pockets of ignorance. So, the combination of this understanding, a true value proposition, how it appeals to the thought levers you must pull in the mind of the customer so that you can predict their behavior, how you get to that point with the experimental bridge, and how you leverage that to create sustainable competitive advantage is the key to your future.